Welcome back to Financial Cake, where we make complex financial concepts as easy as pie. Today, we're going to explore one of the most powerful forces in the universe of finance, a concept that can turn a small, consistent effort into incredible wealth over time. It's often called the eighth wonder of the world, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why. We're talking about the magic of compounding. To illustrate this, we're going to use a classic story, often told as the rice on the chessboard problem. Imagine a simple chessboard, with its 64 squares. A wise person makes a humble request to a king: place a single grain of rice on the first square. On the second square, place 2 grains. On the third, 4 grains, and so on, doubling the amount for each subsequent square. The king, thinking this is a trivial request, agrees immediately. How much rice could that possibly be? It starts small, after all. Let's follow the king's journey and see where this small request leads him. The first square has just 1 grain. The second has 2. The third has 4. By the end of the first row of 8 squares, we have 128 grains on the 8th square alone. This is a small handful, hardly anything to worry about. The total so far is 255 grains. The king is probably smiling, feeling quite generous for such a low cost. Let's move to the second row. The 9th square gets 256 grains. The 10th gets 512. The 16th square, at the end of the second row, receives 32,768 grains. The total amount of rice has now grown to over 65,000 grains. This might be a small bag of rice, but it's still manageable. The king remains unconcerned, but the numbers are starting to grow noticeably faster. Now, let's look at what happens when we reach the halfway point of the board, the 32nd square. The number of grains on this single square is over 2 billion. Suddenly, this is no longer a small request. The total amount of rice on the first half of the chessboard is nearly 4.3 billion grains, which is about 100,000 kilograms of rice. That's a significant amount, enough to fill a large truck. The king is likely starting to sweat. He's only halfway through the chessboard, and his promise is already becoming a monumental task. But here's where the true power of compounding reveals itself, in the second half of the chessboard. The first square of the second half, the 33rd square, requires more rice than all the previous 32 squares combined. Let that sink in for a moment. The growth in each step is now larger than the entire sum of what came before it. This is the exponential explosion that makes compounding so powerful. As we continue, the numbers become astronomical. By the 40th square, we're talking about trillions of grains. By the 50th square, quadrillions. When we finally reach the 64th and final square, the number of grains required for that square alone is over 9 quintillion. That's a 9 followed by 18 zeros. The total amount of rice on the entire chessboard would be a mountain of rice larger than Mount Everest. It's more rice than has ever been produced in the entire history of the world. The king, of course, could never fulfill his promise. This story isn't just about rice, it's a perfect metaphor for investing. The grains of rice are your money, and the chessboard squares are periods of time, years, in this case. The act of doubling is the interest or return you earn on your investment, which then gets reinvested to earn its own returns. This is the essence of compound interest. Now, let's bring this into the real world with a more practical example. Meet 2 friends, early Emily and late Liam. Both are diligent savers and want to prepare for their retirement. Emily decides to start investing early. At age 25, she begins to invest $5,000 every year. She does this for just 10 years and then stops completely. So, from age 25 to age 34, she invests a total of $50,000. After that, she doesn't add another penny to her investment account, she just lets it grow. Now let's look at her friend, Liam. Liam decides to wait a bit. He starts investing at age 35, the exact age Emily stopped. Liam also invests $5,000 every year, but he's very consistent. He continues to invest that amount every single year until he reaches age 65. So, Liam invests for a total of 30 years, from age 35 to 65. His total contribution is $5,000 a year for 30 years, which amounts to $150,000. To summarize, Emily invested a total of $50,000 over 10 years. Liam invested a total of $150,000, 3 times more than Emily, over a period of 30 years. Let's assume both Emily and Liam achieve an average annual return of 8% on their investments, which is a reasonable historical average for the stock market. Who do you think ends up with more money at age 65? Common sense might suggest Liam, since he invested far more money for a much longer duration of active contribution. But this is where the magic of the chessboard comes into play. Let's fast forward to their 65th birthday and check their account balances. Emily, who started at 25 and only invested for 10 years, sees her initial $50,000 grow to approximately $1,078,000. She is a millionaire. Her money had a full 40 years to sit and compound, working for her day and night, even after she stopped adding to it. Those first few grains of rice had decades to double and redouble. Now, what about Liam? He invested 3 times the amount of money. Surely he must have done well too. At age 65, after 30 years of diligent saving, Liam's investment portfolio is worth approximately $611,000. This is a fantastic amount of money and a testament to consistent saving. However, it's significantly less than Emily's total, almost $500,000 less. Despite investing $100,000 more out of his own pocket, he ended up with far less. What happened here? The answer is time. Emily gave her money the one ingredient that is more valuable than the principle itself, a long runway for growth. Those first 10 years of investing gave her a critical head start. Her money was on the chessboard for an extra decade compared to Liam's. Think of it this way, Emily's money had 40 squares to grow on the board. Liam's money only had 30 squares. That 10-square difference, especially at the beginning, made all the difference in the final outcome. The growth wasn't linear, it was exponential. In the early years, the growth seems slow, just like the first few rows of the chessboard. You might invest $5,000 and earn only $400 in the first year. It can feel discouraging. You might think, is this even worth it? But you're not just earning returns on your initial investment, you're earning returns on your returns. That $400 you earn now starts generating its own returns. It's a snowball rolling downhill, and with each rotation, it picks up more snow, growing bigger and faster. The longer the hill, the bigger the snowball becomes. Emily's hill was 40 years long. Liam's was only 30 years long. This demonstrates the most critical lesson in investing: starting early is your single greatest advantage. It is more powerful than the amount of money you invest. Even small, consistent investments made in your 20s can outperform much larger investments started in your 30s or 40s. Time is the secret sauce. The cost of waiting, also known as opportunity cost, is immense. Every year you delay investing is a year of compound growth you can never get back. It's like starting the chessboard race on the 10th square instead of the first. You've missed out on all the incredible doubling that happened in those first few squares. This isn't to discourage anyone who is starting later in life. Liam's $611,000 is still a life-changing amount of money and shows that it's never too late to start. The principle remains the same. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. The key is to understand this power and put it to work for you as soon as possible. Don't be fooled by the small numbers at the beginning. Remember the first half of the chessboard. It looked manageable, but it was setting the stage for the explosive growth that followed. Your first decade of investing does the same. So, what are the practical takeaways from this? First, start now. It doesn't matter if it's a small amount. Consistency is more important than volume, especially when you have time on your side. Automate your investments so that a portion of your income is automatically invested every month. This removes emotion from the equation and ensures you stay consistent. Second, be patient. Compounding is a long-term game. There will be market ups and downs, but time in the market is more important than trying to time the market. Don't be discouraged by the slow start. Keep your eyes on the 64th square and trust the process. Let your money work for you, silently doubling in the background. The story of the chessboard and the tale of Emily and Liam both teach us the same profound lesson. The power of compounding is a force of nature that can transform your financial future. It rewards patience, consistency, and above all, an early start. Harnessing this power is the single most effective way to build long-term wealth. I hope this visual demonstration has made the concept of compounding crystal clear and inspired you to take action. Thank you for joining us on Financial Cake today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more simple explanations of powerful financial ideas. We'll see you in the next one.